What's going on, everybody? Frisky Turtle 19 here, coming back at you with another community-made trending course here in PGA 2K21. This is going to be Chugusta National, par 73, and no handicap yet. So go ahead and remember that's in the trending courses at the moment. If you enjoy everything and it looks like a fun course, check it out and play it for yourself. Let's jump right into it here. Hole number 1. Alright, starting off, it looks like a really pretty course so far. Interesting, huge downhill to start off, some water on the right, 7-mile-an-hour wind, right to left. Go ahead and go to that driver and stick her out there. Good swing to start her off. Left side of the fairway, looking alright. 105 out wind. That wind, brutal starting off here. See how that plays. Hit it a little bit hard. Let's hope we settle nicely right there. Yeah, it works out. Undercompensated a little bit. That wind got us a little bit more than we thought, but that's alright. Alright, starting off with an 8-foot putt. Not a lot of break, but just enough to have to move over a little bit more here. Like we were talking about yesterday on the previous video, some of these courses typically will start off the greens early, will be a little bit easier, and they'll get a little bit more difficult as we go through. Alright, par 4. Looks like we're going to be going way right here. I think we could risk it and try and cut through those trees, but I don't think that's a smart play. So you know what? We're going to play the way the course intended. We're just going to smack this little 5-wood out here. Sit nicely on top of this little ridge and have a nice little 110 yard 9 iron back at it. The wind is in our face a little bit, so it's going to knock us down. 100%, this is actually a little bit over. I think we're actually going to be alright here. Go ahead and adjust it just a little bit left, because I think that wind is going to knock us down and push us to the right. Hitting it fast doesn't help that much though. We're okay. Sitting on the green. Alright, nice little 15-foot putt for our second birdie. Left to right break, it's not crazy, but we are a little bit further out. Let's see where that puts us. Pretty dang good. Go ahead and hit it straight, and we are off to the races. 2 birdies to start this course off. Definitely a little bit harder than the previous video, but I think that's good. Showing a variety of difficulties here. You never really know what you're going to get with these community-made courses. They can be extremely easy, or they can honestly make them, they could put you through the ringer if they really wanted to. So this one seems like a nice little balance so far. Alright, taking the driver a little bit fast again. Hopefully we can, I was hoping we'd get that hill and run down a little bit. Not sure how close this is. Another big hill. Interesting. I don't think the 5-wood, especially with the wind, is going to get this downhill. I want to give ourselves a chance for an eagle, so I'm going to go up a club with a 3-wood and aim on the right side of the green because it's way bigger than going to the left. Much better chance of getting it to run down in there, and all we gotta do now is hit it straight, which we didn't really do. Interesting. Get through that tree. Hit the tree on the downhill. Looks like we're going to roll right into that bunker, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Well, we had the right idea, just did not execute to plan. But we'll have a nice little chip or a splash out of this bunker here. See if we can't stick it close and still keep our birdie. So it typically recommends a splash out of the bunkers. The splashes tend to run quite a bit. I personally like to chip, and I like to go up a club, sometimes two. Now they say they're going to run 6 yards out of this. They don't typically run as much as they say until you get up into the 9, 8, 7 irons, but it's still a little risky. So I'm going to go ahead and up club 2, and we're going to hit 100%. Let's just hope that green gets a little wild on the backside. Let's just hope it doesn't run too far past. Hey, worked out. Nice little chip in for an eagle. I honestly think if we used the splash, it would have went way too far. You gonna give us a replay? All right. We'll go ahead and watch. I don't do many of these, so I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts. Don't get too many chip-ins. It's only my second in the, I don't know, 10 rounds that I've played since I've gotten this game. Well, the first one was in one of my very first rounds I played, from about 150, 160 out. I apparently love these trees today. 2 holes back to back with 1 tree in the middle of the fairway, and I hit it both times. Could say we're hitting, batting 100%. Ooh, this is risky. 8-mile-an-hour wind in our face. 3-wood, which is going to run like crazy once it lands. I don't see us landing this. I'm extremely nervous of this shot. I have a good feeling we're going to run over the green into that fringe. But you know what? Let's go for it. We hit it well. Wind is knocking us down. We did put backspin, so hopefully it doesn't run as much. You know what? Can't ask for much more. It's going to stay on the green. It's going to be a long putt, but we didn't hit it short. We didn't hit it in the water, and we didn't hit it long. We gave ourselves a chance. Pretty big green. It's actually a very active green too. Looks like it's starting off right to left, and towards the hole it goes left to right. I think there's a little bit more prominent left to right. Let's see what this does for us. Pushes us over there, and does it come back enough? I was incorrect. Actually, just overall want to be left of the hole, I think. Pretty close to exactly what I guessed, but on the opposite side. Misread it both times, but that is alright. Nice little tap in there for a par. And we are still hanging in there. Doing pretty good. Not quite sure why it thought that that was the club I was going to play. 10-mile-an-hour wind in our face. Look at this green. Imagine getting stuck up there on the top of this hill. Or being down here. Oh, please don't put me down there. We got to really focus. We do not want to be to the right of this green. We don't want to have to try and putt over that. I think we're going to go 5 wood. The wind is going to knock us down. I have a feeling it's going to land here and hopefully run up close. I think this is going to be enough. Once again, just got to hit it straight. Looking good. The wind knocked us down. It ran up towards the hole. You know what? Turned out pretty good. Let's try not to miss this putt this time. And it rewards us with a pretty straight green. And once again, we miss our putt read. Is anyone else surprised? Because I am not. But I will take another birdie moving forward. This is a pretty cool little par 3 there. We just got to play. Par 3, moving on to another par 5. The wind in our face is just demoralizing right now. We haven't had the wind in our back once yet. Lots of bunkers on this fairway, big bunkers. So let's try and once again hit it straight. Looking pretty good. Wind pushed us a little bit. Kept it in the fairway. And just no way whatsoever to reach this one. So, take a 3 wood, stick it out there, give ourselves the best opportunity at a 100-yard pitch, 130-yard pitch. Big downhill, which is going to change that yardage quite a bit. We leave ourselves a 7-iron because of that hill, instead of a pitching wedge. And another really interesting green. Looks like there's a little crater here, a little crater there. Looks like it runs off pretty hard in the back, so we're going to want to land over here somewhere. We want to land like right here. Let it run up and sit pin high. So 8 mile an hour wind pushing us hard right and hard in our face. I think we're going to just hit it 100%. We're going to aim right here. Hopefully this lands right where we just wanted it to. Said we wanted it to. A little bit fast. Going to be a little bit off. It's alright. 28-foot putt. Pretty hard right to left. Ooh, that green. Just look at the green. Very lucky to not be way over there, because that would leave quite the putt back in. And did I way overestimated? A little over half a block. So we're going to want to come all the way to about here. Right about here. See if we can knock her down. See if our adjustment was good enough. Adjusted a little bit too much. Go ahead and give her a little tap in for another par. That was a very long par 5 with the wind in our face. Moving on to another par 3. A little bit of wind in our back on a par 3. A small green, water surrounding us, bunker in front, and look at that, another tree for me to hit. One solo tree in the middle of the fairway. Right before the green. How rough. So you know what? Whenever it lands, I want it to try and stop. Green is pushing hard right. Wind is pushing hard right. This is going to be a pretty tricky shot. I'll go ahead and try her out. Hit it a little bit slow. That's going to hurt us. I called the tree too. Hit the leaves. May not have been the trunk of the tree, but we still hit it. I'd call that 3 for 3. Alright, once again, right to left. Let's try and read one right this time. Pretty hard, pretty hard. I think it's like right at this line. Hold it right there. Did we finally read one? Close enough. It would have fell. Let's go. We made a putt. Ladies and gentlemen, he hasn't completely lost it. Looks like we're going to end this front nine with 2 more par 5s. And the wind is finally at our back on a par 5. That's what I'm talking about. That makes this a little bit more fun, a little bit more doable. Still got to hit it straight, which we did. I thought that was going to be a little bit fast. Look at that puppy run. 340 yards. Much better. Much better. Holy cow. I still don't think we can make this. These are some of the longest par 5s I've seen in a very long time. Even with driver off the deck, we're not coming close. Let's go ahead and... You know what? I think I'd rather leave it further out. I don't want it to run down that hill. Which with that wind it still might. Kind of want to leave it up top here, which isn't going to happen. That's alright. Either one of those clubs, I think the exact same thing happens. Would have had to have gone down a whole nother club for that not to happen. So it's giving us a pitching wedge here. 98%. We got that wind still, but it's just not going to affect us as much. I don't know. Do we just trust what it gives us? I feel like this is just extremely hard. Let's go down just a little bit. Because chances are we hit it too hard anyway. Oh, we hit it right on. And yeah, we could have went down another 2%. It's alright though, we're here. We have a birdie putt. Pretty straight. Forward, and we'll get it. These par 5s on this course are brutal. Even with the wind at 10 miles an hour at our back. 654 yards. This is going to be the third par 5 that we're not going to be able to have an eagle opportunity on. Ooh. I don't know if a 3-wood gets over that. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Interesting. 3-wood does not clear this extremely large hill. 5-wood just barely does. Wow. So no chance at getting on the screen in 2. So we're just gonna have to settle with another, hopefully another birdie opportunity. All right, sand wedge. We're gonna hit this pretty high, 9-mile-an-hour wind. I have a feeling it's gonna push us a little bit far. The green is moving just a little bit right to left. I think we try to hit this about 95%. And I think we put a little bit of backspin. I think the adjustments, oh, the slow just kills us. Thought that little bit of slow, it might have been just right on target. A little bit short either way, but overall it's a pretty good shot. This is moving quite a bit. What did we just do there? Was that right in? That was right in. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 good putt reads out of our last 3 holes. I would say that is helpful. Moving on to this back nine. It gives us a little bit of hope. That's what we're going with. Gives us a little bit of hope. Alright, 9-mile-an-hour wind, par 4, 440 yards. This is an extremely long course, just overall. Alright, this wind moving left to right in our face. Let's hope it doesn't push us too much on that water. Let's hope we have a good swing. That is going to help. Let's go. Right in the middle of that fairway. Looking good. Approach shot, 133 out. 10-mile-an-hour wind. In our face. Doesn't leave us, by hitting it right here, doesn't leave us much room to miss. If we come over to the right a little bit, I think we want to hit a little bit harder with 11-mile-an-hour wind in our face. I think we want about 93, 94%. I want to go right at it. I especially want to go a little bit left because the wind's going to push us a little bit to the right. But that bunker's scary. You know what? We're going to go ahead and risk it. We're going to try it out. Very slow swing. It's going to put us out there in the middle of this big green anyway. And that wind knocked us down quite a bit. So I'm glad that we upped it a little bit and went with our gut. Pretty fast once you get up there to the hole. And it's a long putt, a lot of movement here. Hey, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Chalk that up as one more good putt read. Now we just have to do it. Straight back, straight forward for the most part. Let's go. Saved ourselves from our slow swing on that approach shot. Looking good. I know I said it early, but this is a beautiful course. Water in the right places, interesting elevation changes. The solo trees in the middle of the fairways are getting me a little bit, but that's all right. It's long. I'm having a good time. Finally, a hole after I just said how long the course was. A par 4 that's drivable. With the wind a little bit in our face, 9 miles an hour. You know what? Is there a bunker right there? There's a bunker right there, but we should definitely clear the bunker. You know what? Let's try something out. We haven't done this yet. So if you hold left bumper, I know I've done backspin, front spin, stuff like that in the video, the first video and this video, but I haven't really explained it too much. What we're going to do is we want to play a nice big cut into this wind. And we also, whenever you do that, it's going to bring your shot down a little bit yardage-wise. Since this runs so far, I think we're going to try and play this right here. So there's the view, the trajectory of the ball since we changed our swing type. A little bit fast, gonna make it run a little bit more. But I think overall, that's exactly what we wanted. I think that worked out very, very well with the wind. We didn't have to aim on the far side of that bunker. We didn't have to worry about if we hit that ball fast while aiming on that far side of the bunker, we would have been up in those trees, maybe in the crowd. I think that was a good choice. This one is definitely not moving as far, but it's a long putt once again, so the movement is going to be a little bit more than expected. A little bit less than what I expected, but still. Going up, take a peek, make an adjustment. A little bit more, I think that's good. Try try and knock one more down here. Oh, almost adjusted too much. That's alright. It fell for an eagle. And I honestly think if we didn't cut that ball into the wind, I don't think it would have been as good of a hole for us. Alright, 11-mile-an-hour wind. I do think a driver clears that. I don't know if driver clears that rough. But driver right here runs through the fairway. I think with 11-mile-an-hour wind, we try it. And the worst that happens is we hit our approach shot from the rough. A little bit fast. Clear the rough. Let's go. The overswing zone is the red section of the power meter. Overswings will gain distance and spin, but increase shot difficulty. Hold A to skip. I think we talked about this before. I do understand that that is extra power. And I have heard that you can get 105%. Holy green. And it leaves you so little room to work with over here. We have 12-mile-an-hour winds pushing. I think we have to hope for it to hit. Right up here, I think we put backspin. Hope for it to hit and run just right to the pin. This is going to be another tough one. The wind keeps changing. It was right at our back, now it's a little bit right to left. Oh man. Definitely nervous. 87, really slow, huh? I didn't see that happening. I'll take it. Sometimes, especially in golf. I don't know how many of you have played real golf. Probably a decent amount of you if you were watching golf videos, playing a golf game. In golf, you need some luck. And we'll take it there. These greens are definitely getting more interesting, a little bit more difficult here on this back nine, which is to be expected. Oh, my nemesis. Trees in the fairway. 10-mile-an-hour wind. It's going to blow me right in that tree. I mean, hitting a driver here, if we don't hit it full and it doesn't run to the top of this hill, it's going to roll back anyway. But it's worth a try. Try to hit a little bit extra power. We got 102% power out of it. Run, baby. Run to the top of the hill. The camera is on this other side and it's not going to show you, but it's rolling back down the hill. Unfortunately. Oh, there we go. I can switch the camera. Come on. You know what you're doing. That's alright. It was worth a try. A little bit of wind at our back and I think we hit it over that hill and we run down. Alright, lob wedge, 49 yards. The wind is going to affect us, but not as much because it's not as far. I'm going to give it, let's stay right here. Slow's not going to help. Pretty good swing. We adjusted actually a little bit too far for that wind. The reason it was looked a little bit better is because we hit the swing slow. So the ball went that way, but that's all right. Hole 14. This is a par 4, 345 yards. Just a beautiful course. Whoever designed this course did a really good job aesthetically. It is also a very fun course to play. I don't really care for this. You got a solo tree, 13-mile-an-hour wind to the left. Another bunker up there that it's going to make me run into. Ooh. would like, let's do what we did earlier. Let's try and cut this ball into the wind and knock down some of that wind play. And hopefully, I don't think this will do it, but give it a little bit more run. See if we can't run it over that hill a little bit, down on the green. Really slow, so that's going to compensate even more. And we're going to stick ourselves right behind this tree, aren't we? Oh, this is dangerous. Very dangerous. The risky plays worked earlier, but they're not working on this hole. So there's no way that that clears that. So what we want to do, splash, go to a chip. We want to chip this just right out here in the middle of the fairway. Oh, I still hit the rock. Okay, I thought we moved far enough over. That's all right. Still worked out in the sense of what we needed to do. We need to get it off of that rock. Put ourselves behind the 8-ball a little bit. Let's see if we can't salvage a par here. 9-mile-an-hour wind. Not going to move as much as the wind is showing like we talked about earlier. We compensated too much last time. Let's go about right here. 96. I feel like we want to hit this. 96, I guess, is pretty much all the way up there. All right. Good swing. Read the wind perfectly that time. Almost good enough to knock down that chip. I've had a few pretty good approach shots in this one, in this round, making me feel pretty good on a decently tough course. By no means would I say this is one of the most difficult courses I've played on here, but it is more difficult than it looks. Wind is not at our backs enough to hit pitching wedge. It won't get over what looks to be a hill there. Yep. So we need to club up, come back. Wind is going to affect us quite a bit on this one. So I think we want to play it about right here. You know what? I think that looks pretty good. Good swing, good power. The wind moved us so much more. And that ball ran on us. All right, back to the sand we go. Like I said, it typically gives you that splash shot right here. Not a fan. I'd much rather chip. I think one this time should work. This 2 is just a little too much. I think one's gonna work for us this time. Right at it. Oh, I hit it slow. If we hit that straight, I think we would have chipped in again. Falling apart a little bit. Wheels are coming off. Started this back nine off so well. Back-to-back holes. Had little hiccups, but that is alright. It's just showing you that this course is a little bit more difficult. 648 yard par 5. Driver won't clear that. 3-wood won't clear that. But 3-wood would run right up close to that bunker. Ooh, is it gonna go in that bunker? Let's give it a shot. Good swing. I don't know what that little hiccup is at the very top, but I don't think it's going to affect us too much. Good ball. And the same predicament. 3 split fairways. Not enough to make it. 3 split fairways. Slow, but that's alright. Even if it lands in the rough, we'll be okay, but we got a good bounce right off the left side. Well, they made it to where you definitely cannot get an eagle on this hole, I don't think. Unless the wind was blowing extremely hard in your back. What are we doing here? 7-mile-an-hour wind. 4-iron is going to run hard. 5-iron still going to run hard, but I think that's a better play. With some backspin, and I think we hit it 97%. Or 98. One of the two. Wind pushed us even more to the left than I thought it was going to. And we overshot it even with that backspin. Those longer irons don't hold backspin as well as your wedges do. Lob wedge chip. I think we want to go up at least 1. Do we want 2? It is a little bit uphill. 2 puts us dangerous. I think 1 will work. Hit it a little bit slow again. Oh! 1 for 3 on those chips. But 1 lipped out, and one of them was 100% the swing. So close yet so far. 9-mile-an-hour wind. Means we want to hit this a little bit lighter. 10-mile-an-hour wind. I say we hit this 93%. The wind puts us up there. It's a 9-iron, so this backspin will hold a little bit better. 11-mile-an-hour wind. It just keeps on getting more and more. It is pushing us a little bit to the right, so let's try this out. 95% power. That was a little bit too much, boys and girls. Hopefully backspin stopped us from going too far. Not a lot of movement back here above the pin. I don't think we want to move it too much. It's a long enough putt that it's going to move a little bit. Yeah, just very little. So let's readjust about to there. Let's knock it down. Let's knock it down. No. Didn't adjust enough. I honestly think that the greens that don't move it as much give me more trouble than the ones that move a lot. I know that's kind of tricky, a little bit weird to say, but I feel like I'm worse with minor adjustments than I am with large adjustments. Oh, wind, 12-mile-an-hour in our face. Is this going to make it up here? I'm pushing us hard left. Fast. That doesn't help us very much. Stay up there. Hurting ourselves. Shooting ourselves in the foot. Here late. 8 iron, 7. The wind isn't going to get us as much again. I think the 7 iron is the play. Better swing. Oh! I think that was a little bit too much. Give us one more opportunity to chip one in here, huh? Ooh. Alrighty. Looks like we're going to try this out, but we're going to have to hit it. Whew. I think we hit it probably 70%. Let's go for 70. I think we can get this. I think we can get this. Let's go. 2 for 4. A little bit better than 1 for 3, excuse me. Makes me feel a little bit better. Well, there you got it. That was Chugusta National, a par 73 course. One more time, just for the fans. Par 73, I think we finished at 13 under? 14 under. 59 total. 85% fairways in regulation, 77% greens in regulation. A little bit over 1 putt per hole. Those chip-ins kind of helped. But overall, in my opinion, fun course. I would definitely recommend trying it out. It was beautiful. It was fun to play. A little bit of difficulty here and there. Really made you hit good shots. And the wind definitely upped the ante on the difficulty a little bit. A lot of par 5s that you could not make. Couldn't reach into. So there's no making eagles. So that was just a lot of birdies. A lot of making plays. But thanks so much once again. Hope you're still enjoying. Love it if you hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, and left a comment and said what's up. We will be trying out another course here in a couple days, and we look forward to seeing you then. We'll see you next time.